Thomas with the ball. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. It's Bradley on the wing. Back to Thomas. The feed to Gibson. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
From 12 feet out, no good from Jack.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Gibson dishes to Thomas. Pass to Crowder. And Olenek kicks to Crowder. Fades and shoots. That's short off the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Here's Lopez. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. Here's Young.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Crowder, the pass to Thomas. That's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Now Jack. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. He feeds it to Young. Bogdanovich dishes to Lopez. Another shot. That's tipped.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Bradley, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
No good from Jack. Celtics leading by 6. Here's Thomas. Finish off the break. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Young left side. Looks a big high bounce and goes in.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Outside Gibson, and stolen by Ellington. And Young with the basket on the assist from Jack. Young's got his second basket of the game.
Way to work it up quick. That's a nice break.
Thomas kicks to Bradley, and he makes good on the way.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here is Jack. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Off the pick. And the shot is long.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Thomas's shot is off.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Jack passes to Young. Shot clock at 6. Bogdanovich dishes to Young. All sorts of time. Rebound by Olenek. Olenek's got 4 rebounds now tonight. You were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench, man. He had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Screen by Young. And Jack kicks to Young. From outside, off the mark.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Lopez, a screen on Thomas. There's the pick. And Jack kicks to Young and gets it over to help. Here's Lopez. That's tipped. And here is Gibson. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. And this, now a list of guys who can shoot it as well as they can pass it. The point guards with the highest shooting percentage in the NBA. 4th, Isaiah Thomas.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
In addition to being unbelievably gifted shooters. I mean, these guys have some of the smoothest, sweetest strokes in the NBA, which means they have some of the best strokes in the world.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
That was a different team in the 4th quarter than what we saw in the first 3. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
Most definitely a switch flip for them in the 4th, and they finally started playing up to their ability, and it certainly came at just the right time, not a moment too soon.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Turner comes in for Taj Gibson. Mickey's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Marcus Smart is sub in for Thomas. Kind of switch here for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. And Jack, here we go. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Jack's got his first basket.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Robinson's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Now here's Jack. Defense is right there. He kicks to Bogdanovich. Zeller with the double team. Here's Robinson. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Here's Bradley. He had a big outing in that Mavericks game as well. Not much to complain about for Brooklyn fans with the Nets road play last year. Looked pretty much the same as they did at home.
And, Kevin, that can cut both ways. I mean, the Nets were 19-22 on the road. Exactly the same record they had at Barclays.
Jack against Bradley. Lopez, a screen on Bradley. No good from Jack.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
And Turner kicks to Smart. Back to Turner. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Bogdanovich. Here's Lopez, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
Nets trail by 6. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. I think the message Coach has delivered is well-focused, guys.
Yeah, straight to the point there. I mean, defend their shooters with every ounce of energy they can muster.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach go deep into his bench tonight because of that. They're going to be expending a ton of energy on defense, and he's going to need everybody to be ready to play.
And he chins it with authority.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Timeout called, the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Henry Sims is checked in for Brooklyn. Shane Larkin comes in for Jarrett Jack. Bogdanovich dishes to Sims. And no good, trying to use the glass.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Right side, Thomas. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got his third rebound on the night. Larkin kicks to Bogdanovich. They get it again. Here's a Sims, and he gets it to go.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
To the middle. Here's Olynyk, and good on the basket. Hook it.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Thomas. 1:49 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Larkin. From deep three-point range. Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! Thomas passes to Hunter. And it's good. Through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Thomas. Larkin dishes to Sims. Soft touch off the glass. Sims has got his second bucket of the night.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Crowder. Are good on the 3. Nets trail by 5. And Bogdanovich kicks to Larkin. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Rebounded by the Celtics. Olynyk's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Crowder. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. There's a screen. And Boston with the rebound. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seem to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Count the bucket. Bogdanovich has got 7 points in the game. Crowder with it. And no good trying to get that one.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming onto the court are your Celtics dancers. Give it up.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you? Stats one.
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Crowder in at the free spot. Outside Gibson. Three-pointer. Sims with the rebound. Nets trail by 5. Down low. Lets it go from 11. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And they won the season series last year, trying to continue those winning ways this time around.
And you look at it, two middle-of-the-pack teams, they both need every win they can get as they try to ensure they get into the playoffs and maybe even get a decent seed.
Jarrett Jack is checked in for Brooklyn. And watching Jay Crowder, he can really beast you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And, not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Sims, the pass to Young. Rebound, Boston. Bradley's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
Jack against Thomas. And Jack kicks to Sims. Pass to Ellington. This one for 3. Crowder pulls it in.
When you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion. And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
The dish to Olynyk. Back to Thomas. In the corner, Bradley with it. Fires it up. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Bradley's got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, this is just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Jack dishes to Sims. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Olynyk. Jerebko comes in for Taj Gibson. Turner's checked in for Crowder. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Thomas.
And he's built more like a linebacker than a point guard, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he's certainly put his time in the weight room. No question about that.
That's good. 11 points for Avery Bradley. And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big sign in a trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
Feeds it to Zeller. Dishes it to Jerebko. Nice ball movement by Boston. Smart kicks to Jerebko. Lets it go with a 3. No good. Good defensive work there by Young. Nets trail by 9. Hollis Jefferson passes to Jack. Here's Lopez. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got 6 assists now in the game. Jerebko dishes to Bradley. And the layup is good. Bradley's got 13.
his shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Jack with it. Out guarded by Smart. Back to Jack. To the right side. Ellington from outside, and he gets the bucket. Here's Turner. 9 points last game. Kicks it to Jerebko. Back to Turner. And it's Jerebko, top of the key. Ellington grabs the miss. Nets trail by 6. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Now Jerebko. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Bradley. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He has a scorching 86%.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Down to the right wing. Shot by Jack. Wide open. Jack missing again.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Nice shot by Smart.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Boston.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Jack with it, picked up by Turner. There's a screen by Robinson. Inside, off the screen, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Here's Turner. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. That is good. Turner's got the lead up to 12 now for Boston. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Turner against Jack. Right side Robinson. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for Robinson. Boston leading by 10. Now the pass to Zeller. Here's Turner. Nice shot from the wing. Turner's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Brooklyn's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And Jack kicks to Lopez. Back to Jack. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Shane Larkin's checked in for the Nets. Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 three-point shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
Nets trail by 13. And there's the feed to Larkin. From deep. That's his 2nd shot and his 2nd basket. He's 2 for 2.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Jerebko, the pass to Smart. Celtics passing it around. The shot by Turner, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Lopez with the block. Here's Larkin. He's got 8. The call will go against Urebko. That's his first foul. Thomas checked in for Urebko.
Isaiah Thomas.
There's a screen by Robinson. To the inside. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Robinson's got 8.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Nets trail by 9. Here's Bogdanovich. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Lopez a screen. Pass to Jack. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound, Nets. Good on the shot. That's now 8 points for Brook Lopez.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Here's Turner. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got his 5th rebound in this one.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Zeller. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Evan Turner. And the Nets making a change here as well. Henry Sims has checked in for Lopez. Lets it go from the wing. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Crowder's got 8.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Pass to Bogdanovich. He kicks to Larkin. He dishes it to Jack. There's a good screen. Bogdanovich, no luck.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Pass to Mickey. Now the dish to Crowder. Fires from 14. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Outside Jack. Here's Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Thomas gets the bucket.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
They set the pick. Here's Larkin, and it's blocked. And they get it back. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Smart with the basket on the assist from Olynyk. 6 points for Marcus Smart.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Larkin. Robinson drives in. Burnett shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. Boston had no problems getting going. They put together the kind of powerful run that every team would love to have, 10-2 off the tip. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
So for Brooklyn now, Young is up there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. No good from Jack.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And stolen by Ellington. Lays it in off the breakaway. Ellington's got his second basket of the night.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that, the shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Young, a screen on Bradley. Pass to Bogdanovich. They get it back. Lopez. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second move.
Bradley drives in, and he gets the bucket. Bradley's got 17.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but, man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Here's Ellington. Offensive rebound, nets. And the shot is good. 14 points for Brook Lopez.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Here's Crowder. From outside, off the mark. Nets trail by 10. Jack dishes to Young. Here's Bogdanovich. Thomas with the block. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Back a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And listen, the Nets had an up-and-down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach is going over with his team. He went over the offensive game plan and that it hinges on running through Lopez. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. He also told him that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. For the Nets, and their driving, they were fantastic, Clark. Second in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentage. Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Jack against Thomas. And Jack, here we go. Softly drops in the floater. Jack's got 10.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Here's Crowder. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 14 points for him. Nets trail by 11. Dishes it to Young. Feeds to Bogdanovich. Nets passing it around. From 8. The shot no good. Johnson with some nice D.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performance throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Crowder kicks to Olynyk. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 5 rebounds tonight. Thomas against Jack. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Ellington.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The 3 from Thomas. Got that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Here's Crowder. They grab their own miss. Here's Olynyk, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Thaddeus Young. The Celtics have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
They've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
The Celtics making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Nets. Zeller with the double team. And it's Lopez penetrating on his 15th shot attempt. He makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in it.
And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury. Comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
Jack against Turner, and Jack, here we go. Shoots off the screen. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Thaddeus Young.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Terrific game for Young. 15 points and 1 assist.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Olynyk. Hunter comes in for Isaiah Thomas. And Smart subbed in for Jay Crowder. Pass to Mickey. Outside Turner. Fires from 14. He squares up and sinks it. Turner's got 6 here in this quarter. Nets trail by 9. Young outside, trying his luck deep. Can't get it to go. And the Celtics going the other way now. At one point, they led by 16. From 15 feet away, and that one's good. Hunter's got 5 now.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Here's Larkin. He's got 8. There's the pick. Kicks it to Young. Again, Young missing.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And it's Turner off the drive. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Brooklyn's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. There's the feed to Young. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. 6 to shoot. Inside, Sims. Rebound, Boston.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
The dish now to Young. And stolen by Zeller. Here's Hunter. He's got 5. And again, Evan Turner. Turner's got 10 points in the quarter.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight where they have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here. You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Now here's Smart. He's got 6. Here's Mickey. The rebound by Young.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Young last year, as you mentioned, GA, shipped to Brooklyn, provided good punch off the bench.
Yeah, and Young is so efficient in his scoring that he's a great guy to play heavy minutes off the bench. Shot over 50% from the floor in his games with the Nets.
Here's Larkin. He's got 8. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be his second foul of the game. Boston making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mickey. Jerebko comes in for Turner. And it's Avery Bradley in for Hunter. Here's Larkin. Goes up off the inbound. It's tipped. They recover it. Smart with the ball.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Here's Larkin. The rebound by the Celtics. Smart's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
And you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And not many people expected anyone from the Atlantic to do much last season. Boston was the surprise of the division as they ended up making the playoffs.
And for Boston against the rest of the Atlantic Division, they were tough. They ended up going 12-4 in the division, which was a big reason, Clark, they made the playoffs.
And you know, those 12 wins against the rest of the Atlantic, Kevin, were a division best. Even the Raptors, who won the division, only had 11 wins against the Atlantic. Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
Boston, no good that time either. Nets trail by 11. Young outside, jacks up a 3. Let's keep it alive.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
No good from Gibson.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Robinson, the lead pass was put in just the right spot. Robinson's got 12.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Pass to Zeller. Here's Jerebko. Hands it from downtown.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
To the middle. Here's Young. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
They get it back. Here's Zeller. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And so Zeller nails both of them. Nets trail by 10. Here's Larkin. He's got 8. He feeds it to Sims. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And as we end the third quarter. And the final period of play just about to start. Here's Larkin. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Jake Crowder out there with Mickey, and it's Thomas in at the point guard. That's the Boston 5. Goes up with a stripe. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sims. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Ellington grabs the miss.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Up the floor, all alone. And Thomas with the lay-in. Good. Thomas got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Celtics. Nets trail by 12. Down low. Here's Bogdanovich. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on the clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Larkin kicks to Sims. Good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And here's Crowder to the paint. Stolen. A solo fast break. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Thomas. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's foul number 2 for him. Brooklyn making some changes. Young's checked in for Henry Sims. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Shane Larkin. Quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Young, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside, too.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Bradley, and the 3 ball is good. Bradley's got 20.
They've been splashing home those 3s since halftime.
Marked improvement in their shooting from what we saw to start the game.
And Jack, here we go, offline from the high post. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide instant offense for them off the bench.
And Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
Down low. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Jack has been putting up the number. 10 points and 14 assists as we've seen.
Olynyk, he's checked in for Boston. And Jack drops them both.
You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
And Olynyk kicks to Thomas. And again, Boston with the triple. And the Nets with possession here. It's a 13-point game. Thomas against Jack. Young sets a screen for Jack. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. As you mentioned, the Nets were great after the break, had the 3rd best record post-All-Star break in the East.
Yeah, and how about winning 13 of their first 22 after the break? And sometimes with a new coach and system, it takes a while to kind of figure things out. And that seemed to be the case with the Nets last year.
And stolen by Ellington. Puts it up from 15, and he gets it back. Here's Lopez, and that one comes up a bit short. Boston leading by 10. Here's Bradley for the basket for his check break. 10 for 12, 82% accuracy.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Here's Young, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Young's got 28 points for the game.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Turner passes to Bradley. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Nets trail by 10.
They're going to have to play really smart on defense now and defend without fouling because they're over the limit.
First one falls for them.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress. He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Feeds to Olynyk. This is to Crowder. He kicks it to Olynyk. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by Young. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Lopez. Good, and Jack gets the assist. And that's now 20 points for Brook Lopez.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Now just a 4-point Boston lead. Boston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Olynyk dishes to Crowder. And just miss after miss right now. Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Getting some solid looks for them. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside. Coach can't be pleased with their inconsistency on the defensive glass. They've been caught taking pictures out there. They're watching, as opposed to getting in there and securing the arm.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
For Boston, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. That drops. And the Celtics lead by 1. Here's Jack. Lopez outside. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. And there's the foul. Goes on Evan Turner. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, one of the things, guys, that impressed me about the Celtics was the number of assists they had. I mean, they really focused on moving the ball. And when you do that and you have shot makers, the assists pile up.
With the Celtics and their assists, they were second in the league in potential assists per game, meaning shots they missed that if they made would have been assists.
And that is a good thing. If you weren't sure, I mean, they were sandwiched between the Hawks and Warriors in that category. Pretty good company to be in. So they move the ball well. They just need to get a little more consistent at knocking down open shots.
Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line. He's into the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Crowder comes in for Turner. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Smart. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rozier. Thomas against Jack. 5 to shoot. And the basket by Olynyk. And here are the Nets. They're on a 20-7 run. And it's Young at the elbow. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Outside Jack, kicks to Lopez. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Shoots from the baseline. Lopez, no luck. Boston's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. The feed to Crowder. Pulls it from 20. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Hollis Jefferson.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Ellington kicks to Jack. Lopez left side. Plenty of space. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Lopez has got 16 points here in the second half. Boston trailing to the right side. Here's Crowder. And again, Boston with the triple. There is just no way Clark could tell who is going to pull this one out.
You know what, Kevin? I think looking at this game, it may very well come down to one crucial key play.
That's a great point. When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing.
Passes it to Gibson. Here's Thomas. The rebound by the Nets. Young's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Young, a screen on Thomas. The wide open look here for Lopez. Again, the Nets for 2.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
There's the dish to Olynyk. Here's Crowder. And again, Boston with the triple.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And Jack kicks to Ellington. That's good. And the Nets lead by 3.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
That's to Crump. Pocket 6. From deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance. A second chance effort. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. Once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in. Zeller doing all sorts of things. 8 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Left in the fourth. Jack passes to Lopez. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Feeds it to Smart. Young with the steal. Here's Jack. Cannot hit. Now Boston takes it the other way. At one point they led by 16. Here's Crowder, and he banks in the layup. Crowder's got 12 now in this quarter.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And Jack kicks to Lopez. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lopez. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Not the best shot right there. When the defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but you can really cause problems with his defense.
Boy, get a pressure bucket that way.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
And Jack kicks to Lopez. Just got the run. Buries it. And he has brought them to within 2 points. Here's Smart. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure. Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're behind by 4. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Lopez kicks to Young. And Jack, here we go. It falls!
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
So it's Boston now. Here's Zeller. Yes!
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Jack inside the line. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Boston sweeping by with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds clock.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Avery Bradley. Shaq, your thoughts?
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. Here to tell us what it all means are the experts. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Brooklyn Nets in their house, Barclays Center. Looking at the Nets, just one win over the last 7 games. They're not happy with how they're playing, looking to make amends tonight. One of the fun players to watch tonight, Isaiah Thomas. He was the last player selected from his draft class of 2011. But, Shaq, I bet GMs want a redo on that one, man. He can just dominate games offensively.
You know, he's not really tall. He's 6-something, not above 6'4", but this guy's fearless. You know, his speed and quickness of the release of the shot, he can get a shot anytime. And what I really like about him, he's gritty. He'll fight you.
If he's more than 5'11", I'd be surprised. But when he gets in the zone, he's one of the most difficult players to handle. He could take over a game, Ernie. His quickness, his speed, just all-around offensive prowess.
Is he any?
The Nets play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you tonight, live from Brooklyn, New York. This road trip for the Celtics kicking things off here in this one. He'll be the Nets off the tip. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Celtics, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Olynyk is out there with Johnson. And it's Crowder in at the small forward. And Bradley gets it to go.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And that one's good. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
They get it again, and the shot